This patrol had almost become my last. While we were returning to Sivry after an uneventful frontline patrol, we encountered a formation of Nieuport 12 two-seaters flying back towards French territory and attacked them from above. This is the first time that I'd encountered this type of two-seater, and I made a mess of the engagement. Evidently, I was too accustomed to attacking French Quadron two-seaters, those large and rather slow contraptions. I was not prepared for the Nieuport's speed, which was just a little bit slower than my own in a straight line. I dove towards the Nieuports with the others, but instead of coming at the enemy from above with plenty of excess speed, by the time I caught up with the Nieuport, our speed had almost equalized. And then it happened. I was focused on shooting the Nieuport in front of me, and suddenly my gun jammed. Furiously yanking and striking the charging handle of the Spandau to eject the stuck casing, I did not realize that my course had carried me straight into the middle of the two-seater formation. And while I was now below the Nieuport I had attacked moments before, I was in full view of the gunner on the other French plane to its side. Suddenly the windscreen in front of me was shattered in multiple places. Sparks flew from the engine cowling, and a splinter of something shattered my glasses. The enemy's burst of machine gun fire had missed me by about 30 centimeters. What it had not missed was my fuel tank, which had been thoroughly holed and now leaked badly. I am very fortunate that the fuel had not been ignited by the bullets striking the metal engine cowling. A stray hit in the wrong place, a tiny spark, and my aircraft would have become a blazing inferno, with me in it. Since this engagement happened at the end of the patrol, I didn't carry much fuel, but what little I did have leaked out in less than a minute, and I found myself without engine power, relatively low to the ground, and still under fire by that damned French gunner. Thankfully, I found a road just beneath me, and managed to set the aircraft down in one piece. To my astonishment, I realized that I knew this road very well. It was the same road I had to emergency land on once before, when my engine was smashed by a French single-seater. There I was again, sitting atop my torn-up plane, watching the fight above, and waiting for the next cart or truck to pass by, contemplating how close I had come to great harm, or even death, and wondering if I had it in me to fight again, and just how unlikely it would be to survive being brought down a third time. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our amazing Wings Over Flanders Fields campaign, where we are currently still flying for Kampfeinsatzkommando Sivry as the German pilot Felix von Berg, and our aircraft is the VKB. Today is the 17th of May 1916. We will be taking off just after 6 o'clock in the morning, but today we are unfortunately not expecting any good weather. It says here that we will have heavy cloud cover, and so I expect the weather to be quite terrible. On the bright side, it does look like the whole squadron, all 8 pilots, will be going on this mission together. Or at least all 8 of them are available for tasking. We won't know for sure until we go to the briefing. The number might be cut down depending on the mission that we get. We could also go ahead and request leave now, but I think I'm gonna hold off on that until we have finished this mission. Our transfer request is also still pending. It has not been resolved yet. I don't know when it will be resolved, but maybe it will get resolved after this mission, and taking a leave then to facilitate my move to another squadron, and that would be quite fitting, I think. So I'm gonna hold off for now. Let's go to the briefing and find out on what kind of mission we are being sent. Meine Herren, Our mission is patrol friendly front lines. Patrol our lines, be on the lookout for enemy aircraft. Our destination is the friendly front sector of the German 5th Army, 7 miles away. They recommend that we fly at an altitude of 2 kilometers. We will patrol the area for at least 22 minutes, and our patrol distance along the front sector is 8 miles. Kette 1 will directly assist in the objectives. Okay. This looks pretty standard. We are gonna take off from Sivry, fly upriver, climb, fly back to Sivry, climb a little bit more, then fly upriver once more until we reach the positions of the German 5th Army on the western bank of the Mius River. From there we will turn east and fly to this point here, and then we'll fly in between those 2 points for 22 minutes before returning to Sivry. That's the plan, and I think it's a pretty decent plan. My flight will be led by Bölke. He will be accompanied by Mallinckrodt, Grafe and myself. Kette 1 will be led by Althaus. He will be accompanied by von Sastroff, Lörzer and Kurz. Okay. Let's take a quick look at the weather report. Overcast, broken or partial cloud cover. Wind 14 knots, moderate breeze west-southwest. Oh, that could be a pretty lively wind with gusts. Oh, we'll see. Let's go to the field. And here we are. There's the command to turn on the engines. And yeah, the weather, it does look kind of bleak, doesn't it? Well, there goes Bölke. And we will follow him. There goes Mallinckrodt, Grafe, myself. Althaus is going to follow me in just a moment. But there we go. Racing down the field and jumping into the air. Yeah, the weather is not great. We have a light drizzle going on, so a little bit of rain. Nothing serious, but enough to be annoying. We have a pretty solid cloud cover with a few gaps here and there. And overall the visibility isn't great due to the light rain. It really isn't great. Ah well, it is what it is. We are now going to proceed to our circle up waypoint. And well, then back to Sivry and then back to the front line. And I think we are going to resume this episode once we reach the front lines. Unless, of course, something important happens in the meantime. So, I'll see you in just a moment. Welcome back. We have just turned towards the east and are now commencing our patrol above the friendly front lines. The weather is, well, you can see it's really quite terrible. I don't think we will find anything today. I mean, if we do... Oh, spoke too soon. Oh, spoke... No, that's... What are we going after? That is Kette 1. That's just Kette 1. What's going on? Why are we suddenly climbing like mad? What is there that I don't see? We are turning towards the south. Up there. I see it. 2 enemy quadrants above us. Well, I was about to say, the weather is so bad, I don't think we are gonna spot anything. And well, we did only spot them when they were directly above us. Now, these squadrons do have a massive height advantage over us. However, our two Fokker E4s are significantly faster than the quadrants. So Bölke and Althaus should be able to catch up to them, although it looks like that might be Althaus turning away. Maybe his gun jammed or something. I think that is Bölke, and he's still going after those things. We are now chasing. They are diving. They are diving towards the south into their own territory. I don't know how long Bölke will chase. This looks quite intense with all the anti-aircraft bursts in the sky. One quadron is breaking off, going into a turn. Probably got hosed down by Bölke and had to do something. Bölke is now going after the other one. So we can go ahead and attack this straggler here. On our way to help Bölke. Bölke is forcing the other one to turn, I think. Yeah, this one was forced to maneuver. And we are now in a position where we can mount an attack on it. Bölke is still going after the other one. Probably filling it with lots of tiny holes. Okay. Let me go into a shallow dive here to help me catch up to this thing. The others are also getting in position for their attacks. Or are we just turning around? I'm not sure what we are doing here. Bölke is breaking off. This quadron is trying to maneuver defensively, trying to give his gunners shots. Anybody really. But here I go. I jammed. Of course I jammed. Come on, clear the damn jam. There we go. No. Can't attack on this angle. Let's go around. Whoa. Little wind caught me. The clouds are a little bit messy. Oh, he's suddenly very slow. That's my issue right now. And immediately dive down again. Yeah, I think we are in a cloud. I do not like this. I might break off. I don't see the others anymore. I'll maybe go for one more. One more pass. Oh, there goes this gunner. Oh, okay. Okay. You wanna play it like that, huh? Don't worry. Need to stay low. This gunner is sitting in the front. Terrible field of fire for him. So if I stay low below his tail, he actually cannot shoot me. He would need to shoot his own pilot. Just holding down the trigger now. And passing beneath. Whoa! He's going down. My gun is not jammed, but the quadron is going down. There we go. Let's turn back towards my own guys. There they are. At least that's Kette 1 up there. But this guy is not recovering. I don't see him. But he's He's not recovering from that dive. Impossible. Now the question is, anybody close enough to witness this? I hear an engine. That's these guys up there. Where did the Quadron go down? There's a little village here. Where exactly are we? We are south of the lines. Next to a little village. That's the little village just south of that rail yard. Yeah, I'll fly north now. No, I'm actually flying west. This is not where I want to be going, so we'll slowly turn. The Quadron must have crashed on the western bank of the Mius River. Don't hear anybody. I'm gonna look for my guys again. I think I'm gonna name probably Althaus. I mean, Cat 1 seemed to be closest when I brought this thing down, so I'll probably name Althaus as my witness. And as for where the Quadron crashed, western bank of the Mius River, east of Nantillois, or south of the rail yards there. We can also just say northwest of Charny-sur-Meuse. Or in between Charny-sur-Meuse and Nantillois. Now, will I be able to find my flight again? Good question. In this weather, it's not very likely. Well, first of all, I want to return to my side of the lines. That at least we can do. We know that our patrol route is along the river here, heading out towards the east. So if I stay in this area more or less, I should find them again. Oh, there. Those are biplanes. Those are biplanes. What kind of biplane? I think those are aviatics. Let me investigate. Indeed, aviatics. Oh, thank God. I was extremely worried there for a moment. Actually, let's take a quick look at the aviatics. Because just yesterday I was sent some files with new skins for the aviatic by OBS, one of the developers. And that's actually, I think by the time that you watch this this video, I can imagine that the update containing these new skins is already released. But yeah, they're looking a bit different now. They're looking quite lovely. Looking very nice. How nice that we get the chance to showcase them. As I said, I received the files just yesterday. So, great coincidence that we ran into these Aviatics now. I guess those Aviatics are gonna bomb something. I am not gonna go with them. I'll try to find my own flight again. And yeah, OBS, thanks once again for sending me those files, for giving me a little bit of an early peek at them. They look great. They do look great, and I'm very glad that very soon everybody will be able to enjoy them. Now, I am gonna put a little break into the video here, and we will resume this once something important happens, or once I'm able to find my flight again, which really is not easy, because, well, visibility is really bad. I might even just go and join up with Cat 1 if I see them. At least then I won't be alone. But the anti-aircraft fire, they are taking an intense dislike to my presence here. So I'm actually gonna head north for a while before one of those shells suddenly blasts me out of the sky. Welcome back. I have climbed a little bit and I'm still here in the area looking for my guys. And I've spotted anti-aircraft fire over there. I'm going to investigate. I'm not sure if that is our anti-aircraft fire or enemy anti-aircraft fire. I see 2 or 3 biplanes. Now I wonder, more Aviatics or Newports? Let's get a little bit closer. If these are more enemy bombers or reconnaissance aircraft, we might be able to pounce on them. If they're Aviatics, we can wave them goodbye. I think those are Aviatics. I don't think those are Newport 11 aircraft. They look a little bit too chunky for that. If I thought that those were Newport 11s, I would not be going in that direction. Definitely not. Still didn't find my own guys. No idea where they ended up. Absolutely no idea. Maybe after investigating these guys I might begin heading back towards Sivry. Maybe the others have already returned. Okay, getting a better look at these. Probably Aviatics. Not sure if it's the same ones that I already spotted, or another flight of them. Using the bad weather, the bad visibility to sneak across the lines and to go hit some enemy targets. I'm being shot at again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are Aviatics. One of them is turning around. I wonder what that's about, so I'm gonna hang around for a little bit. Maybe they are bombing the front lines here. One of them broke off, yeah. Just making sure that nobody is following me. Doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, definitely an Aviatic. Okay. They are doing their thing. I think I'm gonna turn around and get back to my side of the lines. Make one last attempt to locate the members of my squadron, and then I'll head back to Sivry. I think that's a wise choice. But due to the bad visibility, it is actually really difficult to navigate. I can see how a pilot could get lost in such weather, simply because, well, you only get glimpses at the ground, and you might mistake a landmark for a completely different one. And that might lead you astray. What the hell? That's Naviatic, right? I think so. I think that's the one that peeled off. Are we gonna say hi? Yeah, let's go say hi. Let's not dive at it aggressively. We don't want that scanner to get any wrong ideas. Indeed, Aviatic. I'm glad. How are you boys doing? Not bad, I hope. Have a safe flight. Okay, let's turn back north. As I said, I'll make one last attempt to locate my squadron. If I can't do it, I'm just gonna go and find Sivry. I mean, I can see the river. That's really a huge advantage when you're stationed at Sivry. As long as you can see the river, you will find your way home. Huge advantage. Yeah. I'm gonna fly north, then maybe fly a little bit east again, a few kilometers or so, and if I can't locate them, then I'm simply going to return to Sivry. And well, it's not as if I have much choice. Yeah. 1/3 fuel remaining. Oh, the anti-aircraft fire here in this area is really something today. I'll get out of here. I'll see you once something important happens. Welcome back. I suddenly have anti-aircraft berths here to my front left as I'm flying northeast. That is not good, because I'm in friendly territory. So whatever is getting attacked here is not friendly. Or is it? Or am I just a little bit lost? What are those? I think those are Newports. But Newport 12, the reconnaissance variant. Let's attack. Yes, definitely Newports. Oh, I messed up this shot. Oh shit. I hung around its tail for too long. Diving down. Gotta check myself. I'm bleeding out. I need to land now. This is bad. This is really, really bad. I need to find a place to land right away. Hey, there's a road that looks familiar. I wonder if it's the same one. There seems to be an army camp down here. Good place to sit down. Oh, damn it. I might die. I might die here. CV is right over there, but I can't risk it. I need help now. This is not good. I have been gravely wounded. Applying some serious rudder input right now to help slow the aircraft. Oh, there's a fence. Of course, there's a bloody fence. Stay to the left of the fence. Oh, there we go. Crash landed. Okay, we are down. Let's go to the debrief and hope that I survive this. Did I make it in time? I hope so. Okay, I fired 131 rounds, 43 of those hit. I was forced to land my machine, fortunately within friendly lines. The aircraft was moderately damaged and it is estimated that it will take 2 days to repair, which is surprising. Work will commence immediately on this machine. You have sustained light injuries and have to be hospitalized for 18 days. Okay, so it's not as bad as I feared. Sadly, you have been hospitalized for your injuries. You will return to duty when you have recovered. Whew. Damn it. I messed that attack up so much. And then when I messed up the initial shooting, instead of just breaking away, I stuck around, and that gave the gunner enough opportunity to put a bullet in me. Thankfully it seemed to only be one, otherwise I would surely be dead. Survived once again. Everybody landed already. Damn you guys. Okay, it's just my aircraft that's messed up and I'm lightly wounded. And yeah, Althaus, he went after the quadrons apparently. Landed a few hits as well. I am going to claim one of the quadrons. I am going to name Althaus as my witness. It will be where is it? There, Quadron G4. Okay, let me type out something. Okay, I've typed out my narrative. It is: as we arrived on the front lines, we encountered 2 French Quadron G4 aircraft high above the Meuse River. Freier von Althaus forced one of them to perform defensive maneuvers, which allowed me to catch up to it. I fired multiple bursts into the maneuvering aircraft until it suddenly went into a steep dive from which it could not recover. The aircraft must have crashed on the western bank of the Meuse River, just south of the rail yard between Charny-sur-Meuse and Nantillois. Let's hit done. Claim is complete. And let's hit done here. Okay, hospital captivity time advance summary. Yeah, I've been in hospital for a while. Let's see if anything important happened during that time. Few missions were flown, no casualties sustained. That's the important part. No casualties, no casualties, no casualties. No casualties. They flew a bunch of missions. But the important thing is that nobody died on those missions. Good. Gegenwärtiger Status, welcome back, time has advanced by 18 days. The current date is the 6th of June 1916. Another day in the air war. It is now the 6th of June 1916 at 12:32. The enemy must be as tired as we are with this never-ending mayhem, but we must continue. Currently the war at the front is quiet apart from minor barrages. AA fire has been getting more accurate, so avoid AA fire concentrations if you can. We are presently carrying out a good few runs a day. Viel Glück. Oh! Special Staffelbriefing from the Commandant. You are advised that a victory has now been confirmed. You have been awarded a medal for your actions. Iron Cross First Class. Awesome! We are gonna take a look at that in just a moment. I now have 5 victories. And of course, things happened. Let's see. Oh, a lot of things happened. Okay, we'll be reading for a while. Get yourself a cup of tea. I've read this one to you. 20th of May. Navarre, 10 aerial victories. Yesterday, French ace Jean Navarre shot down a German Aviatic Sea aircraft over Chattancourt, France. This is his 10th aerial victory and a remarkable feat that has not been achieved by any other Entente flyer to date. It should be noted that German aces such as Bölke have well surpassed this mark some time ago. With the air war now swinging in the Entente's favor, perhaps French and British aces are now beginning to close this gap. 21st of May. Successful German attack at Vimy. A very heavy German shell and mortar bombardment today hit Berthon-Wall front, including Vimy Ridge, an area already heavily cratered by the recent mining battle. The German bombardment was deep, hitting positions as far as some 8 miles from the trenches. It was without doubt the heaviest concentrated shelling of the war so far. The Germans arrayed 80 artillery batteries on a 1,800-yard front, all out of sight of the British on the reverse slope of Vimy Ridge. My god, 80 artillery batteries on a 1,800-yard front. 70,000 shells fell in 4 hours, flattening trenches and cutting all communications. In the dry conditions, dust obscured all vision. British artillery replied, but it had little effect. The blowing of a German mine signaled an infantry attack, which crossed the smashed front line almost unhindered. Many British were captured, still in their dugouts. The Germans, having captured their objectives, the British mine craters, have halted and dug in. And by mine they of course mean one of those underground explosives. So they tunneled beneath the enemy lines and then detonated a huge explosive charge. That's a mine, or that's what a mine was called at the time. Pay attention to this here on the right. Famous ace dice. Lieutenant Gilles Vicomte de Chivre was killed today. His total victory tally was undisclosed. France will grieve his loss. So the French lost an ace. Bölke promoted. Oswald Bölke has been promoted by the Emperor to Hauptmann, so that's a captain, in recognition of his great skill and the achievement of 17 confirmed aerial victories. At 24 years of age, he is the youngest Hauptmann in the Prussian army and an inspiration to German airmen and a hero to the German people at home. Verdun, tide swings to French. French troops by sudden coup today recaptured part of Fort Douaumont and made large gains east and west of the Meuse. Infantry from the French Second Army have penetrated and occupied the western end of the fort against stubborn German resistance. This, by the way, is a real aerial photograph of Fort Douaumont. I think probably after the battle. The fort is not recognizable really anymore. The buildings inside, the structures, everything it's just a crater scape. It's not even the moon is looking this pockmarked. 24th of May. Rockets prove effective. In an impressive demonstration, it is reported that French pilots shot down 5 German observation balloons in one day earlier this week using the new La Prieure rockets. This strange new weapon appears to be effective and must be a concern to German forces. The location of the balloon attacks was not reported, but it can safely be assumed to be in the Verdun area as part of the big French attack currently underway. 25th of May. Douaumont sways back and forth. After holding the western portion of Verdun's Fort Douaumont for about 36 hours, French infantry have been pushed back out of the fort by the German defenders. Artillery and trench mortars brought in by the Germans have inflicted heavy casualties on the French attackers, and they have not been able to hold onto their gains. The Germans are very stubborn in holding the fort, as it provides shelter for troops and serves as a first aid station and logistics center. The symbolic significance of the fort as a symbol of French pride continues to make it the focus of intense fighting on both sides. 26th of May. Fort Douaumont blasted. Unable to retake Fort Douaumont by direct attack, the French have turned their artillery loose on the fort, and are slowly turning the entire area into an unrecognizable pockmarked and cratered moonscape. 27th of May. Entente flyers control the sky. The German air forces have been effectively pushed from the skies. Still flying the outclassed Eindecker, German pilots are no match for ever-increasing numbers of Entente aircraft, almost all of which can outperform the Fokker. Lieutenant General Henry Rawlinson of the British Fourth Army has flatly stated in recent days, "We have command of the air." German airmen can only hope that German aircraft designers have a replacement fighting machine in the development pipeline, and that they can stay alive long enough to receive it. More Fokker E4's last hurrah ? On the 28th of May. Although the tide of the air war has swung badly against the Germans over the course of the last months, there seems to be little sign of new and better German aircraft on the way. German pilots are rumored to be dismayed to hear that Fokker E4s will continue to arrive at the front over the next few months, as the main replacement for the badly outclassed E3. Unfortunately, the E4 has not proven to be anything like a new wonder weapon, as the advantage of its twin machine guns is more than negated by its sluggish turning ability. 29th of May. Verdun, capture of Mort Homme. The French lost strategic Mort Homme Hill today after many weeks of German attacks. The Germans have made repeated attacks, pounding the French lines, rushing their positions, and ejecting the French from their wrecked trenches. Each time French artillery would then pulverize the Germans and counterattacks would drive them out again. Only shell holes exist where the trench systems used to be, and fighting has been brutal. Despite the terrible cost, the Germans were able to advance slowly over recent weeks of fighting, first capturing a neighboring hill that was dominating the approach to Le Mort Homme, and now finally capturing the hill itself. The Dead Man nickname of this hill becomes more fitting with each passing day. 30th of May. Jutland, Germans claim victory. Admiral Reinhard von Scheer and the German Navy have claimed victory in a large naval battle today. The British Navy lost 3 battlecruisers, 3 cruisers and 8 destroyers, 6,100 casualties. The German Navy lost 1 battleship, 1 battlecruiser, 4 light cruisers and 3 destroyers, 2,550 casualties. Royal Naval Air Service seaplanes assisted with tracking the German high seas fleet at the battle. Well, apparently not to great success. 1st of June. Carnage at Verdun continues. French and German troops continue to be exterminated in the meat grinder of Verdun. In the air, the German Eindeckers are increasingly outclassed and outnumbered by the Allied fighters, and it seems only a short matter of time before they might be swept from the sky. 2nd of June. British also claim Jutland victory. Admiral Sir John Jellicoe, criticized for being overcautious at the Battle of Jutland 2 days ago, has argued that it is vitally important to protect the size of the Grand Fleet. Furthermore, he has informed the British government on this day that the Grand Fleet is ready for further action. The German High Seas Fleet requires reconstruction, and it is doubtful if it will be in the position to risk another major North Sea confrontation anytime soon. 3rd of June. Germans attack at Ypres. The Germans yesterday attacked and held the last dominating observation position east of Ypres, Mount Sorel and Tortop, pushing back the Canadian defenders. It appears their objective is to keep as many British units as possible pinned down in the area to avoid them assisting the obvious recent build-up on the Somme. 4th of June. General Brusilov's offensive. A new Russian offensive in the east, overseen by the able commander Alexei Brusilov, is achieving stunning initial success. The offensive has begun in spectacular fashion, demolishing the Austrian 4th and 7th armies. The Austrians have lost a staggering number of men and have ceded huge tracts of land to the Russians. Any hopes the Austrians harbored of bringing about victory in the east now seem to be extinguished. 6th of June, Lord Kitchener lost at sea. Yesterday, Lord Horatio Kitchener was drowned when the HMS Hampshire, on which he was traveling to Russia, struck a mine. The precise locality in which the disaster occurred is not yet stated. All that is known is that it was west of the Orkneys, apparently in sight of shore. The western coast of the island presents to the Atlantic an inhospitable front of high, rugged cliffs, the haunts of millions of seabirds, backed by ridges of hills, which for the most part are desolate. No surprise is expressed in Edinburgh that the search of such a shore from the sea could be completed before the search from inland. Angelico's fear that the search from land must also be hopeless is shared by all there. Kitchener was on his way to Russia in an attempt to rally the country in its fight against Germany. He is best known from a war poster that featured his picture and the words, "Join your country's army," helping recruit over 3 million volunteers in the first 2 years of the war. And that's all the news for now. Let's hit done. What a day, what a mission. And once again, actually, that was probably the closest brush with death that we had so far. And I really, really should take this lesson to heart. Do not hang around enemy two-seaters if they have a rear gunner. It's a terrible idea, and I completely messed up there. Immediately when I noticed that my attack wasn't going as I had planned, I should have just broke off and maybe set up again, or maybe just abandoned the effort altogether. But that little moment where I stayed behind the two-seater trying to shoot it, that's all it took. That is all it took. I have to be more careful. Looks like on the 6th of June we have some bad weather moving in. I don't think I'm gonna be flying on that day. I might skip that day. But we'll see that next time. For now, I want to thank you very much for... Oh no, wait. We didn't check the review. Oh, this will be a long episode. Oh, let's do this quick. Okay, I'm assigned to Fokker E3, of course. We are taking off. And let me zoom in a little bit. Oh, zoomed in too much. Zoom out, zoom out. That's good. Yeah, we are circling to altitude. Some quadrants are taking off, but I don't think those are the ones that you encountered. Fokkers are taking off from Portia Airfield. Newport 11s are taking off from Vadelancourt. The skies are busy today. Aviatics are becoming airborne from Stenai. We are flying back towards the front, and now we spot the quadrants and we are immediately turning around. A quadrant takes hits from a Fokker E4, Jasta 6A, so that is indeed Althaus shooting at that thing. And now my rounds are hitting the quadrant. I take hits. Didn't even notice. No, I did notice actually. Now I remember. But I hit it again. And the quadrant is destroyed. It goes down, well, basically where I sat, next to this little village, in between Charny-sur-Meuse and Nantillois. Awesome. I then fly around looking for my guys. Unable to find them. Some Newports are taking off somewhere. Aviatics are dropping bombs here. So yeah, hitting enemy frontline positions on the western bank of the Meuse River. And they are destroying stuff. Okay, the others are now landing at Civry, I suppose. A quadrant lands at Verdun. That must be the second one that escaped. I am turning around once again, heading out towards the east. And I think this is where I spotted the 3 Aviatics again and went to investigate. They are dropping bombs. Rail tracks. I think they are bombing the rail yard that is here. Yeah, that's what they are bombing. And I now turn around back to the north. And the Aviatics are bombing all kinds of stuff. And I will now turn towards the east in another attempt to find my guys. Meanwhile, a German observation balloon somewhere is being attacked. It's not here near me. I wanted to see plenty of hits and is destroyed. And this is where things went wrong. I hit the Newport 12, but the Newport 12 hits me. Escadrille 37. Okay. I take hits, and yeah, I break off and I race towards the ground, towards the nearby army camp here, where I will land in just a moment, and I was forced down by damage from a Newport 12, yeah, Escadrille 37. And that's it. So the Caudron belonged to Escadrille 18, Escadrille 37. Let's take a quick look at their squadrons. Escadrille 18. Where are you guys based? At Vadelancourt, next to Verdun. This is their home airfield. And Escadrille 37, was it right? They flew far. They are based at Sennar. And they are also using Newport 11 and 16s. So, yeah. It's really good that the Newport 12s were not escorted. Really good. That's it done, and let's take a quick look at my logbook here. I now have 5 confirmed victories. If we go here, we can see the Caudron that was confirmed. Remarks to that. The enemy pilot was just a random French airman. And yeah, confirmed. Very nice. Brought one of them down. And I now have, in addition to my Iron Cross 2nd class, I now also have the Iron Cross 1st class. And, well, I can read this one to you as well really quick. The Iron Cross 1st class, or the Eisernes Kreuz, was established by Friedrich Wilhelm III, König von Preußen, so King of Prussia, in 1813. It was reauthorized by Kaiser Wilhelm II on the 5th of August 1914 at the start of the Great War. The Eisernes Kreuz Erster Klasse and the Eisernes Kreuz Zweiter Klasse are awarded without regard to rank, generally for bravery in battle. One must already possess the 2nd class in order to receive the 1st class, though they can be awarded simultaneously. The egalitarian nature of this award contrasts with most other German states, and indeed many other European monarchies, where military decorations are awarded based on the rank of the recipient. The Eisernes Kreuz was designed by the neoclassical architect Karl Friedrich Schinkel in the form of the Tatzenkreuz and reflects the cross borne by the Teutonic Knights in the 14th century. The medal is a blackened iron center with silver trim around the edge, about 42 mm in size. The obverse bears the imperial crown in the upper arm, the imperial cipher W in the center, and 1914 in the lower arm. The reverse bears a simple oak leaf sprig in the center, 1914 on the lower arm, and the imperial cipher W and the crown in the upper arm. The ribbon suspension ring is marked with an 800 or 900 silver hallmark. Employing a pin or screw posts on the back of the medal, the Iron Cross 1st class is worn on the left side of the recipient's uniform. The Großkreuz and the Eisernes Kreuz Zweiter Klasse are suspended from ribbons. The Eisernes Kreuz Zweiter Klasse ribbon is black with 2 white edge stripes, the state colors of Prussia. Ribbon widths vary from 25 to 30 mm. The Großkreuz, so the Grand Cross des Eisernen Kreuzes, is twice the size of the Eisernes Kreuz and is worn from a ribbon black with 2 white edge stripes around the neck. So, if I do really well and survive long enough, I can at some point probably receive the Grand Cross. But for now, another medal And my 5th victory. Injured and spent 18 days in hospital. Yeah. What else did I want to show? Oh yeah. Duty room. Just a quick look at the victory board. Where am I now? With 5 victories, here I am. So I'm at the same level as Kurt Winkens and Rudolf Berthold. They are also up to 5 victories each. But I am now in the German Flying Corps. I'm now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7 in the top 10. Nice. Very nice. So, that was today's episode. My god, I'm exhausted, I'll tell you that much. This was a lot that happened today. And I'm just really glad that we once again managed to somehow survive this mess. Felix is so aptly named, and I have learned a very important lesson that I will take to heart, I promise. So, for now, thank you very much for watching today's episode. I do hope that you have enjoyed it, and I do hope that you are looking forward to more. Until then, have some really great days, and goodbye.